So you've built this empire. You're in 120 some odd countries and over $500 million in annual sales. But where does it start? Like, what's the origin story of you becoming an entrepreneur, starting this country? I'm starting this company.
And in this country, because we're blessed to be able to do that, right? Mm-hmm. It's super important that we know we have those freedoms. So I really started as a hairdresser. I've been in the beauty industry for 42 years, and those annual sales are just It's a 10 hair care sales. So I started It's a 10 hair care 18 years ago, after I stood behind the chair for 20 years. And so really kind of migrated into manufacturing after being a hairdresser and a salon owner. Had my first company that completely failed, lost everything, and took our last few dollars, $80,000, me and my partner, $40,000 each, and started It's a 10 Hair Care with just one bottle, because that's all we could afford. And we started with the Miracle Leave-In product, which now sells over 11 million bottles a year just in the United States. So that particular company really exploded, and in 2017 I bought my partner out. So I'm the only Latina-owned professional hair care brand of my size in the world. And really, it's just my years of passion for the beauty industry and really looking to raise the bar in many categories. I saw you introduce me as It's a 10 Enterprises, and that's really what's evolved out of all my years of experience is many beauty brands, Rewind at 10 being one of them. Okay. And super excited about that one. And so we're working on Rewind Her 10. So we're going to just keep going and really bringing, great things to the consumer and to the professional hairdresser.
So it's an incredible story, right? You start as a product, and I want to talk about the product, the first one, right? The magical leave-in, because as you're creating that product, one of the toughest things to do in hair care, especially in beauty, is to market that to the masses. So how did you make this product, how did you know it was the product, and how did you get it into the right people's hands so that people can know about it?
So, I think my frustration behind the chair, really looking to create something that will see simple, easy to use, multifunctional. Not only could the hairdresser understand it, but the consumer could understand it, was really what I sought out to do. And in that process, obviously, getting it into hairdressers' hands. So we started off within the professional sector, Cosmoprof, which is owned by Sally Beauty Holdings. It's a professional distribution center, only selling to hair salons. So we started off with them with the one bottle, only in California. God bless California right now with what they're going through. I'm super supportive of them. We just donated $500,000 in products because that's where we started. And we got it in the hairdresser's hands, gave out free samples, and it just went like wildfire across the United States. So it was really about, it says 10 things on the back. The names are simple, the colors pop, they're very Latina, bright and, bubbly colors. And it was really just bringing something to the industry that I really felt it needed and really getting it into hairdressers' hands, because that's how brands are built, through passion and through that organic, really brands that last forever. We're 18 years into this now. So ones that really have legs. I'm a strong believer in starting slow and steady up that mountain. And so that's how we started.
Now the name, It's a 10, is... When we think 10 out of 10 is perfection.
Of course.
Is that where the origins from? Like, we're going to put this product out. It's perfection.
And not only that, I actually work with chemists to develop the formulas. Excuse me. And it was that process when I would say to them, hey, you know what? This is only a 6. Send it back, do this, do that, add more slip. I wanted to do this. And I kind of created these hybrid products that really became very, very loved throughout society. So that's really where it came from, striving for that 10 always. But sometimes it's a process, and realizing that, you have to work towards that little by little.
So when you started, did you have a relationship with the chemists, with the manufacturers, with the wholesalers, or is from your expertise in the beauty industry already, or you just kind of went and figured it out on your own?
Yeah, we figured it out little by little. We made some connections. California is a big hub for a lot of the manufacturing as well, and the beauty industry. A lot of it starts there. But we had made some connections through some other brands and people, the chemists behind them. So we just started working with them, and I got in deep and got my hands dirty and really worked heavy with the chemists to really create unique products.
How'd you market it?
You know, as I mentioned, a big part of it obviously was pop of color, unique concept. It's a 10, does 10 things, multifunctional, kind of very eye-catching from the beginning. But really, the marketing in the beginning was mass sampling. And that was unusual for then. You know, they had done it years ago, but they'd gotten away from it. So we were literally giving out full-size bottles left and right, millions. Some are probably one of the largest sampling campaigns in the history of the beauty world. At one point, we gave...
Who are you giving them to?
So we were giving to hairdressers. And then as we grew and scaled, we gave 2 million bottles to Ulta stores across the United States. So we really kind of, and to this day, when we launch in a new country, we give out little 2-ounce sample bottles and people get hooked. Once they use it, it's one of those products, I call it a golden formula within the industry. It is that life-changing to people. So, and that's how we're able, 18 years later, even being knocked off so many times, we've been able to really keep our market share. It's a quality. It's a 10.
It's a 10.
Yeah.
It's obvious. So that's part of it. That it's a competitive industry. But you said something very important earlier. You said that you're one of very few Latinos in the space.
Yeah.
And so when you're starting this, who are you looking to say like, hey, I can get advice from this person? Or are you relying on your peers and pretty much your customers as a test space to figure out how you're going to build this?
You know, I think part of it is my years of experience. You know, I touch thousands of heads and use thousands of products. So I kind of have a feeling for really what I should bring to market and how. But really, it is my peers. You know, you have other hairdressers testing them. You have, you know, consumers testing them. It is a whole process. And you know, sometimes it's not always perfect. There's times when, you know what, I put a product out and it doesn't do so good. You know, and maybe I bring it back to market later. I just remarket it. Marketing is really important as well. And I think keeping things very simple and easy for people to understand is where I kind of came in the back door. You know, at the time when I launched the company in 2006, as you mentioned, the market was oversaturated. It was very competitive. I mean, I was up against L'Oreal, P&G. These are multi-million-dollar marketing budgets. And we were like the little train that came from behind and just like, I think I can, and really kind of came in the back door through the mass sampling campaigns.